All right, whenever you want, go ahead and back up slowly. All right. Oh, forgot to put in, uh-oh. Stand by. Put it in park. Come on out. We're in Mission.
This is for Daddy.
We're in Mission, BC. Just heading out. We just left home a little while ago. Loaded up. This is one of the best loadings we've ever had. We had everything kind of pre-planned. In fact, this is one of the most planned vacations we've ever done. Now, anyone who's followed my channel knows that I do a lot of sort of like, let's just go. Let's just hop in the trailer and go. No reservations. We'll figure it out. Even on holiday weekends, we figure it out, find something. That's the way I like to roll. There's a freedom to not having any reservations, not having any real plans, and just going for it. But there's also a burden, right? You've got to, while you're on the fly, sort of figure it all out. Figure out where you're staying, you know, Google this, look up that, where are we going, what town are we going into, is there something here? There's also a certain franticness to it. This trip is sort of the polar opposite of that. This trip is the most planned trip we've ever done. Each and every day is mapped out currently with how far we're driving, you know, a plan A, plan B, where we can stop. Most importantly for us, a shooting schedule. So every day we're shooting film, we're shooting footage. We are, you know, we're basically following our channel's needs every single day. It's still fun, it's still RVing, we still get to have lots of fun, but we're pretty much following now a predefined path exclusively. So this is the most planned trip we've ever done. Now, I know that it's gonna push, and we built in 2 slack days. What those are 2 days along this trip where we don't have anything planned. And we can easily, if we have problems, push into those slack days, or if we get to those slack days and have them, we can just sort of rest or do something unique. I don't know. We'll figure it out. How do you do it? Do you plan meticulously? Do you just roll with it? I know there's different kinds of travelers, different kinds of planners. We're going to see how this trip goes. We're going to Alberta. We're going to the Yukon. We're going to be all through BC. I mean, we're going east, north, south, and west British Columbia. We're going to touch Alaska just a tiny bit.
This will be our first time going to Alaska.
We'll be touching the Yukon when it's the time of year where there's basically no night. Technically, the sun will go down, but it'll never get fully dark. And then eventually we're going to end up, like Johanna said, in Alaska. But we're just driving through a few miles of Alaska. And then we'll be back in Canada again. So it's kind of an interesting spot. So we'll be showing that in the upcoming videos. But this is day 1. We're literally in the first hour. So nothing's happened yet. I've got probably a trailer that's overweight, I'm sure. And we're pretty loaded up. And we've got a whole bunch of gear that we're bringing to the Alberta Outdoor Adventure Expo because we worked with sponsors to get a bunch of gear to give away. And we're giving away some swag of our own. We're definitely happy to support the AOAE this year with some donation items. And of course, we're sponsoring a tent and doing a class there. So it's going to be quite the event coming up. But for now, I think it's time we drive a little bit and get some kilometers under our belt. See where we're gonna stay tonight. It's like 7 o'clock at night. It's Friday night. I just left after work. I feel energized, feel excited. An hour from now, I'm probably gonna wanna go to sleep. We'll see where this goes. There she is. Linus!
Good job.
It is Saturday, June 14th. Where am I? Well, I'm in Merritt, BC, and we spent the night at a Walmart. Classic. We were actually going to go to a camping spot, and as we were coming over the Coquihalla, the big mountain pass here outside of Vancouver area, you know, we'd had dinner. The usual thing happens, right? Take off out of the last rest area, thinking, let's do it. Let's drive. I'm feeling good. It's like 10 o'clock at night, but I'm energized. It's our first night out. Let's go. 20 minutes in, I start yawning. Okay, maybe it wasn't a good idea. I do this all the time. It's especially the first night. I'm just so excited to get going. It's like, let's keep going. And then crash and burn. So my wife said, why are we not pulling off at the Walmart? I said, don't really have a good reason. Why don't we pull off at the Walmart? So that's what we did. We pulled off here in Merritt and went to sleep. So good first night in the RV. Everything's working. Everything's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to go into Walmart because when you stay at a Walmart, you should always shop at a Walmart. Really, that goes for any business that you stay at, even the big corporate ones. If you stay there, go spend a few bucks there. You can't tell me that there's not something you need at Walmart anytime you park there. I think it's just going to be a real quiet day, real mellow day. I mean, there was so much prep, so much intensity before this trip that it'd be nice to just relax for a little bit. Take a day to just chill. I don't think we have a lot on the list today. That's the way I like it. Sit. Give me that ball. So do RVs actually grow or change size? Because somehow in the last few months, this now wouldn't stay shut. Like right here is where we latch it. It basically was no longer latching. Didn't adjust anything. I mean, since I replaced the stairs, it's been working great. So it turns out you can just adjust two little bolts on the Lippert stairs and just move it over. So it was really a simple fix, but we're spending 5 minutes just to get it done. I didn't want it banging against my door or knocking my door open, God forbid. Fixed.
Yay. All right, here we are, Canadian Tire. One cool thing about Canadian Tire is you get to bring your dogs inside. Look at the cute little cows.
Look at the cows, Lynn. Who's that?
Look at the cows.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Oh, don't scare them.
Oh. That's one.
So, what are we, maybe 5 hours? Stopping at Tim Hortons to get some coffee here. It's the afternoon, day 2, and we've got a screw in our tire. And it's pretty close to the sidewall. If this is not the gods telling me to get new tires, I don't know what is. Let's get our tire fixed. Hey, a reminder, keep checking your torque after you get your tire done at increasing intervals. I usually do it, I think it's like 10 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles is what I learned in the States. I do it something like that. I just drove for 20 minutes from Cal Tire, then I stopped, checked the torque. It's all good, but you want to do that repeatedly. Now that I did it after 20 minutes, I'll probably wait, I don't know, another, 50 to 100 kilometers. I'll try it again. Look at this beautiful fucking spot. Look at this beautiful spot. Oops. I love British Columbia. It's just endless beauty. Well, we're staying at a beautiful location. Free parking once again. We're staying at a rest area, so for the record, we'll only stay 8 hours. But we're about to make dinner, and then we're gonna kunk out. This is a beautiful spot. This is actually just north of Blue River. before you get to Valemont. This is basically the remains of a recent pipeline that was just built in. A lot of pipelines in BC, and a recent one was just built across down to where I live, basically down in the lower mainland area, but it came through here. Remember a couple of years ago I was coming through here and it was still all being dug up, and then when they're finished burying it all, they basically try to return it it's not really returned to its natural state, but they try to return it to a natural state, putting all the wood back, kind of making areas for woodland creatures to go back to living there when they're all done. I mean, I'm not pretending it's not like, developed. But the cool thing about it is along the way, they leave behind new rest areas, new this, new that, campsites. And in this case, it's a large new rest area, brand new pavement. I mean, when I first pulled up, you can smell the asphalt just a little tiny bit. Like, it's brand new. I was even nice enough to put some wood down under my hitch because I wouldn't want to mar up the brand new and probably slightly soft asphalt still. But we're here, and we're here next to a beautiful river. The river is loud, so it'll drown out the highway. It's always a nice trick if you are going to stay near the highway. Stay right by a river, and then you'll just hear the river, and it'll just drown out the highway. Might even drown out some of the trains, because everywhere you go in BC, there's roads, there's usually trains. But I flew the drone here. You can check it out. You can see where they've rebuilt the big pipeline swath and have tried to return it back to nature. You come back here in 10 years, you wouldn't be able to tell that they did anything here. But right now, it's kind of obvious. There's no one here. We have it to ourselves. I am stopping an hour early from where we planned. I know I was planning and everything. We had to plan to go to 1 more hour to basically an abandoned gravel pit that people camp at now. But it's going to rain in the next hour or two, and I want to make dinner. So we thought, let's stop a little early. That way we can make dinner, settle in. If it wants to rain tonight, let it rain. There is going to be lightning, and when there's lightning, there's fires. So I'll definitely be, aware. But I think right now, it's time for me to get the barbecue out, and let's cook some food. So one of the things we're doing is we're bringing our own lettuce. Since we started growing lettuce this year at our townhouse in pots, we decided to bring some pots with us so that we had fresh lettuce. Whenever we stopped, we want to make sandwiches or add some to the salad, we get to have fresh, chopped, freshly grown lettuce. In fact, just while I've been driving the last 2 days, I swear it's grown.
Say this is inspired by a camper we met last year out on the road, and that was really cool, and he gave us a bunch of his lettuce. So this was inspired by him, and we had it at the end of the year, and it was awesome. So this tastes really good. That's the other thing, is not just having the convenience of having lettuce, but the taste is delicious. I would be trimming this differently at home. I think we're set. Just wanted a little bit to add to the salad tonight.
What a gorgeous morning. We slept pretty well. We're about only like 3 hours or so from Hinton, which is kind of our destination for the next week in Alberta. But we're going to go through Jasper. We're going to go get a Vale Coffee in Valemont, which is a nice little coffee place we found on a previous trip that we really like. I literally haven't heard one person come into this rest area the whole night. There was one guy here when we got here. He used the bathroom. That's it. It's been pretty quiet. I love these places, man. Blessed in BC. Absolutely blessed. Can't wait to go further north where it opens up even more.
waiting a long time to come back here. We'll explain why later.
Brown butter chocolate chip cookie.
Yes. Oh, that's what it is.
It's the brown butter. We're in Belmont at Vail Coffee. We discovered this place last year when we were going to the AOAE. We just wanted to find something other than Timmy's, and most coffee roasters are going to be better than Timmy's. So we found this place. They actually roast it here. So if you come here, you got to check out their little roasting section. They got it set up so you can check it out. So of course, we always get coffee here because of course you would. They were also cool about I gave them a couple of our stickers, and they gave me a couple stickers back. So thank you very much to Vail Coffee for the stickers. But what I really came here for was the brown buttered chocolate chip cookie. These are exceptionally good cookies. And I have a thing about cookies that I developed, as my wife likes to point out, not the best thing. At my high school, used to serve in the morning for breakfast. You could get coffee, even in my freshman year, and you could buy cookies as well as breakfast stuff. And I got in this really bad habit of just enjoying a cup of coffee and a cookie for breakfast. So I always got my coffee with cream and sugar up until, I don't know what, 5 years ago, and then I just dropped the sugar. So, but I still really, really love a good chocolate chip cookie dipped into good coffee. So much so, it'll be like the highlight of my day. And when I'm really in the mood for one and I head to some place to have it, it's like I'm not having a good day, and I'm going to put one single chocolate chip cookie in that coffee. I'm so sad if they don't have the chocolate chip cookie. So I was really glad they had them here. I was joking with my wife. I was going to call ahead to make sure they put some aside. And I know it's ridiculous, but it's just comfort food is comfort food. And once you establish that habit when you're a little, teenager, it just sticks with you. And it's now my favorite breakfast. Well, I guess it's my second favorite breakfast. My favorite breakfast is cold pizza from the night before. That is my favorite breakfast. But my second favorite breakfast is taking some cookie and dipping it into a really good cup of coffee. Perfect. And with all that buildup, waiting for days, sometimes things can get ruined when there's too much buildup. This one lived right up to the buildup that preceded it. All right. I'm going to stretch this cookie out. Well, I'm going to finish this cookie, and then we're going to get back on the road. And we're going to go check out Jasper next. Our original plan was to go to Hinton, Alberta tonight and end up there because tomorrow morning we have something very special for us waiting in Hinton that we had shipped ahead of us. I'm not going to talk about that here yet, but it's definitely a cool product that I've been wanting to get for a couple of years for the RV. So I'm excited about that. And we thought, let's get to Hinton, and that way in the morning we can pick it up right away. But Jasper was so beautiful that I was like, do we really want to stay in a Walmart or a Friesen Brothers parking lot when we could stay here for $17 at this overflow lot? It's not the prettiest. We went to another one that was like, $35, nicer campsites, groomed individual kind of spaces. And certainly it was nice, but we thought $34, we're mostly going to be hanging out at the RV, catching up on some email and doing things like that, and trying to repair my awning, which won't work. That's another discussion. So we decided, let's come here. Let's come here and relax, spend $17 and enjoy this beautiful view. It's a 360-degree view of awesomeness of the Eastern Rockies grandeur. I'm just going to slowly turn around as I talk here. It is just sheer drops and mountains all the way around. And it's just gorgeous, and there's no one around us. So we went and got a space with nobody around. There's people, but nobody near us. So it's definitely worth it. Now, we're trying to stick to the plan, and we've generally been sticking to our very strict agenda, but this is the second night in a row where we decided to change exactly where we're going to stay, and that's okay too. So we're going to go for a walk now. I'm going to give up on trying to fix the awning tonight. And that's not happening tonight. Because we're now further north and we switched over to the other side of the time zone, the sun is now not setting until like 10:20 or 10:30. That's crazy, and it's only going to get later and later as we go on in the next week or two. Let's see how late sunset gets. Today we're going to Hinton, Alberta. This is very close to where the Alberta Outdoor Expo is going to be happening at the end of the week. It's the reason we came up here early was because I didn't want to take weekdays off to travel up here. So we used the weekend. Now I'm going to work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So tomorrow and the next 2 days, I'll just be working from my office here, my home office in Starlink. But today we're gonna go load up on supplies, pick up a few special things that are waiting for us. Still not talking about what we're picking up because it's gonna be cool and I'm saving it. This is a reminder, always crack your door or open a window before you bring your slide out in. When you bring it in, you're compressing all that air and the air has to go somewhere. And if you don't make a nice big opening for the air to go out, then eventually your slide out motor's having to work harder. All right, whenever you want, go ahead and back up slowly. All right. Oh, forgot to put in, uh-oh. Stand by. Put it in park. Come on out. First day in Hinton, got some coffee. Basically, this is a kind of a town day. Let's go get some stuff done. So why do we come all the way to Hinton and we're visiting the West Rock Cleaners? And we like waited for them to open. Why? Well, because it's a UPS access point. That means that we can have things shipped here and then we can pick it up. And we had a special item we wanted to get, but we knew we couldn't quite get it in time for this trip. So we said, let's have it sent to Hinton, where we know we're going to be hanging around there for about a week, and then we can pick it up there. This is an item we wanted since our very first RV trip in the Ember. So let's go pick up this box and see what it is that we've been waiting for. So there it is, we got it. We're gonna go and unpack it now. We've got to let it sit and sort of come back to life.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm gonna go bring a trailer around so we can come in here, put this in the truck, and head over to a Walmart so we can take showers and take showers in our trailer. We're not gonna take showers in a Walmart. And we're gonna go set up this bed. We picked up the Tokta mattress. We picked it up at the local UPS access point. That's why we picked it up at a Cleaners. They're the local access point here in this small town of Hinton, Alberta. So the idea being is we wanted to order this mattress, but there wasn't gonna be enough time for this long 30-day trip. So we decided to have it shipped ahead. You can do this. That's one of the cool things about this Tokta mattress. Once you give them your measurements, they can make it and then ship it to where you're gonna be, and you can pick it up along your way. UPS offers access points all over Canada and the United States. So we had it shipped up here to Canada. Thanks a lot, Tokta, for sending this our way. I should mention they did send this to us for us to try it out. So they didn't tell us how to review it or what to say about it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give us our honest opinion. Now we're gonna unpack it. We're gonna stick it in here. These things are vacuum sealed and vacuum packed, so all the air's been sucked out of them. That's how you can ship a whole mattress in a box like this. So when we open it up, it's gonna have to regenerate to its normal foam shape. Why don't we lower this down? Let's get the old bed out, and then let's get ready for the new bed. And many Murphy beds in RVs are set up like this, where they have a folding mattress. Now this is just our comforter. Let's get that off and out of the way. We're gonna pull off our mattress cover. We actually bought a piece of foam, memory foam, when we bought the RV because we thought that might be good enough. It wasn't. It didn't help. The mattress that comes pretty much with every RV, they're just horrible. I heard another YouTuber say that most manufacturers assume you're going to be replacing the mattress, so they don't put a nice mattress in. We've got to get rid of the foam in the mattress. So much for memory. Just stay there. Remember where I put you. Junk mattress. Yeah, the idea is you're going to measure your fold, and measure the thickness you want. Tell them and they'll make it that thick. We went just a little thicker than this, obviously. What you don't want to do is you don't want to pierce the plastic until you have it in place, or it'll start opening up like an inflatable raft. And I watched a YouTuber do that in preparation for this. It was pretty fun. Oh, they give you a nice little instruction card here. So 1, unbox. 2, position it on the bed. 3, carefully cut the plastic. Using a pair of scissors, carefully cut the outer layer of plastic around your mattress, being careful not to cut the mattress itself. 4, unroll your mattress. If the inner layer of plastic has not been punctured, it should still be compressed. Then you unwrap the final layer and let it expand. It doesn't even say how long, although when I looked online, it said minutes. This is so much nicer. For the final flop. Oh, wow. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, I can already feel how it's going to be nice. All right, let's see how it goes. Ready? Go ahead, Johanna. Oh, Lizzie's doing it too. I'm getting in too. Here we go, everybody. All right. Oh, wow.
This is nice.
Oh, wow.
This is so nice.
I think we might have our first good night's sleep in this bed ever.
Ever.
This will be the nicest bed ever in an
Oh my
RV.
God. Look at this bed. It's so good. Oh, I'm going to sleep in the bed. It's going to be so nice. My back is going to be so good.
The Tokta Custom RV Mattress is a premium product with high-density foam layers, but no unnecessary steel rods and springs. Those are a cheaper way to build a bed, and also a heavier way to do it, which is important for an RV. So we're going to test to see how well does it fold and does it close. Then we're going to put down one comforter, which is what we did before, and see how that closes. Ideally, we could even maybe add a blanket or two because we store all that stuff outside of here, and I would love to free up the storage. Let's see how it works. Ooh, easy peasy. Oh my gosh. Let me slide it back. Lift it up. Oh, there's lots. Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
We went too far.
We could have gotten thicker. We could have gotten thicker, but next test will be when we throw our blankets. Just gonna throw it in here for now. We'll set it up tonight when we get all going. Now let's put this down. I think we might be able to put pillows in here. Like once we put it up and just toss the pillows in. Oh my gosh, this just opened up so much storage. We'll have so much room for activities. Yeah, we still got lots of space. You can actually throw the pillows up here. So you saw me through the pillows in there. Let's see how it does. With room still. I think we can put the other 2 blankets in there. Look at all that space just opened up.
Take that out.
This is like a massive amount of storage. Game changer.
Goodbye, mattress. Bye. He's gonna protect us. Look at that. Good job, Linus. You tell them what to do.
White Horse Creek. It's off of the Forestry Trunk Road in Alberta, south of Hinton. We turned in here. This is where I planned on us staying. Gonna work from here for a couple of days. I mean, it's a pretty good office. We get great Starlink coverage from where we're at. got plenty of fuel, generator, solar power. We got everything we need, pretty much. Got a few mosquitoes, got to spray myself. I got my bear belt on. My bear belt carries bear spray, an air horn, and I also carry bug spray because, you know, the bugs are deadly out here. Sunset will be a little earlier here, but that's all right. Should make for a nice early sunrise. And again, a great place to work. I mean, this is one hell of an office. But right now we're gonna make some Freezing Brothers dinner. We actually got some pre-cooked meats from their barbecue area. We knew we were gonna get in late, and I didn't want to make my wife and I have to try to make a full dinner from scratch. But she is in there making a wonderful salad. And now I'm gonna relax and enjoy. We are in bear country big time, so I'm a little paranoid.
You guys ready?
I cannot believe how comfortable this mattress is. It's far and away the most comfortable I've ever been in an RV bed.
You know what's really nice? Waking up to the best night of sleep you've had in the longest time. I just had such a nice night of sleep. This is the first time in a long time that I've camped somewhere where I just heard nothing. Not one vehicle driving by my campsite, not one train, because it's a rare thing for me to find a campsite that's far from trains, it seems. If my RV can get there, it's probably close to a train track. BC is filled with roads that are near train tracks. It's sort of how it works. So a lot of the times when you're camping at a campsite, you can hear a train, even if it's in distance. But it's just dead silent. There's nobody at this end of the campground. All the way at the far end, almost half a kilometer that way, are some equestrian sites. There's some men with their horses there we saw as we drove around trying to find a spot. But eventually it's gonna get rainy. I'm enjoying this beautiful blue sky. I just had to get out here and just spend my quiet morning. Wife's still sleeping. Yeah. Kind of at a loss for words today because it's just so sweet. Being next to this river, being out here next to these tall mountains, craggy cliffs. Over there, I might show it in the drone shot here, there is some mines, some actually really big mines. Out here in Alberta, they don't play. It's either all natural or the most massive, like Soviet era mine you've ever seen. But I'm pretty okay with that. I mean, Canada is successful because it exploits its resources in a somewhat safe manner and in a somewhat restrained manner. Some people want more extraction. Some people want less extraction. But one way or another, Canada makes a lot of its money because of all these mines and oil drilling and all that. There's just no denying that. The reason this site is here, and so many campsites in BC and Alberta, are often built by the funding or with the assistance of some mining or infrastructure project nearby. So if you want to make a mine here, you got to restore some habitats or make some camping sites. That rest area I just stayed at, that was a product of the pipeline development, right? I don't know. It's a nice trade-off, I think. This is Catamount. This is such a pretty little town. This is quite near where we're camping. This was founded like in 1917 as a mining town, and then the mines died. There's a bit of a history. I'll go over here. Catamount is a small hamlet in west central Alberta, Canada. It has a history deeply rooted in coal mining. Its name is derived from the Canadian Dominion Mining Company, which established operations in the early 20th century. The area quickly developed into a bustling coal town in the 1920s and 1930s, with a population that once swelled to over 1,800 people. However, as the demand for coal declined and the mechanization reduced the need for labor, the town's population dwindled. Today, Catamount's a quiet community nestled in the foothills of the Rockies, known more for its rugged natural beauty, outdoor recreation, and proximity to caves and wildlife areas than its industrial past. All right, well, we just came back from the general store. We saw a weather alert saying that there's going to be severe, damaging hailstorm coming this way, right to this town that we're near. Why take chances, right? We're too early in our trip. So we've taken our outdoor mat and covered our window, hoping that helps. And then we took 3 or 4 layers of that foil wrapped bubble wrap that you use for insulation, taped it all to each other, stuck it on top with as much duct tape as we could find, hoping that helps. I've seen people's solar panels survive some hail, and it doesn't mean we're gonna get destroyed here. I just thought, we have a moment, let's be proactive. And that's what we were. So cross your fingers, we'll see how this goes. Well, that's it, we're wrapping up. I know we didn't talk about a lot here, but that's because it was a work week. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all I gotta do is work. Went down to the town, little town, went to the store downtown, mainly to break a 50 so we could stay here for another day. But absolutely beautiful site. I'd give this a 10 out of 10, really. If you're self-sufficient and you don't need to plug in, this is the place to be. Really liked it. But now we're gonna head back into Hinton and get ready for the AOAE, which is coming up next. Everybody, we're here.
RVing with Joe and OptiSolex have donated an OptiSolex 400-watt solar bag high boost Explorer X cell phone booster for overland and off-road vehicles.